There is a gun in my hand, and I am about to shoot myself. I was supposed to have fun. I was on a family trip, and we were at a shooting range, but I am daydreaming about suicide. If I pulled the trigger, all the trauma my 12-year-old self was dealing with would be gone. I wouldn't have to listen to my parents argue. I wouldn't have to go to school. I wouldn't have to suffer. I barely get by, and I'm just floating above being alive, which by itself feels like a chore. I'm tired, not physically, but in regards to like every aspect of life. It's like my mind is breaking apart. I can't get through my day even when I'm on this vacation. The only thing I want is to die, to end my suffering, and suicide seemed like the only option. I think if it was me by myself with that gun in my hand, I would have actually done it. I would have given into that voice because there wouldn't be any consequences if it was just me by myself. So I didn't actually die. I just acted like a normal 12-year-old so I wouldn't raise any suspicion. But the voices are still there, always putting the thought of death in the back of my mind because of how good of a promise suicide seems to be. And it would have actually sucked if I killed myself because there is actually something better than death. You might be doubting or disagreeing with that idea, just like how I probably would have denied the idea that there is a way to end my painful life without dying. So I'm gonna explain to you why suicide actually sucks. After that moment with the gun out of my hands, I continued to suffer until I questioned why my life was so hard. For my brother, it's fine. He seems to go about his day without wanting to die. My friends have no idea what it's like to cut themselves. Life was a pain just for me, and I had no idea why. Was it because everything is against me? Was it because I just have debuffs ingrained into my life? Was it because I have mental illness? And was it because I had failure ingrained into my life and I'm just unable to control my own thoughts? No. It's not because I have some chronic emotional pain. It's because I am a failure at life. My entire life was a repetitive cycle of waking up from shit sleep, not eating, and if I did, it would be shit food, pasta, bread, chips, chocolate, marshmallows. I would be grinding Apex Legends, Valorant, War Thunder, Arknights, Genshin Impact. I would be binging entire seasons of anime in a single day. I would never go outside, never shower, never clean my room because I simply couldn't imagine myself doing something other than rotting in my bed. And so I hated existing. But I asked myself, what version of me do I want to become? What version of me would I not hate? What kind of life would cause me not to hate myself? If I could choose whatever life I wanted, what would it be? And I realized that if I became a god, a perfect human according to my own standards, not the standards of, oh, love yourself, you're perfect as you are. No, my own standards. If I became so good at life to where I basically had IRL hacks, I could get revenge on my father by leaving him when I become successful. I can overshadow the friends who talk shit behind my back because I would be so successful to where I wouldn't even give a fuck about them. I would literally live life on easy mode if I had literal hacks in real life. That would be the life I would gladly snap my fingers for and body swap with. So instead of waiting for me to magically develop those hacks, instead of me daydreaming in the shower about how life would be if I had hacks, I put in the work. I grinded. I started 3 fucking businesses, grinded the gym, learned to focus for hours straight, basically worked 12 hours a day after school, and it worked. Now I have what many call a god complex, but I don't care because I'm better. My life is so fucking easy because I'm just like that, and now I don't want to kill myself. And it's all because I thought, what would be the dream life where I wouldn't want to die? No matter how psychopathic it sounded, I put in the work and I achieved it. Before, I couldn't fucking fathom doing anything else but rot. I thought I had failure built into my brain, and I thought that I had no way to escape my suffering other than to kill myself. But me imagining the life I would gladly snap my fingers and body swap with made me want to get it. And when I put in the work to get it, I was in genuine ecstasy. It was genuinely fun for me to get to where I am today. And it's genuinely fun for me to continue grinding right now. So if you want to die to end your suffering, to disappear because of how repetitive and painful your life is. If you are hopeless, done with reality, and you want it to end, do something about it. Think about what life you would gladly trade for. Think about that life that you always find yourself daydreaming about, and that would give you a clear direction in life. Give yourself a mission and go out there and achieve it. Put in the work to achieving it, because bro, it is not going to happen to you by a stroke of luck. And if you want to save yourself from figuring out how to get that dream life, if you want to save yourself from wasting your life for who knows how long, if you want to save yourself from the hopelessness of not knowing whether or not you're actually going to make it, where you're constantly doubting yourself with every setback and procrastination you experience, just DM me on Discord. We'll go on a free call and I will tell you exactly how, within the first day of working with me, within 1 day, all your suffering will end. Within the first day, all your stress is gone. Within the first day, you actually feel hopeful in where your life is going to end up. Within the first day, you start to like life. There's no amount of therapy, there's no amount of drugs that can make that actually happen. This can happen to you just by DMing me on Discord, which is in the description.